In this article we'll share insights how Maggi instant noodles came to India and become household names in the country where rice and roti is the traditionally preferred food item. Entry of Maggi. When Maggi instant noodles arrived in India in 1983, the year when India lifted the Cricket World Cup for the first time, they instantly caught the nation's imagination. Nestlé introduced Maggi in Switzerland, mainly to serve working women who were left with little time to cook food due to the Industrial Revolution. Maggi noodles were launched in India, targeting the same segment of working women. Their positioning was a convenience product, and an alternative for meals and dinner. Failed to understand consumers' taste, Nestlé thought to capture the Indian market as the women population is high among the other countries. But it failed miserably as the people had a strong routine to rice and roti and hard to break. Maggi was not competing against any competitor products, but against consumers' traditional behaviors. Nestlé understood that spending huge money on advertisements would not change the consumer's mind. They decided to do detailed research to understand Indian consumers. Getting the pulse, Nestlé found that it's hard to break the daily routine food habits for lunch and dinner of Indian consumers, and the company started looking for occasions where habits would be weak, as this process of change might be relatively easy to initiate. They also observed that when children came home in the evening after school, they were generally hungry and women had to cook something fast and give them evening snacks. The mothers were facing a problem here, and it was a major pain point. Nestlé, after user research and market research, figured out that Maggi has to be promoted as in-between meals product and an alternative to evening snacks. Nestlé also identified that children like the taste of Maggi noodles. So, Nestlé changed the target segment from working women to children. They were the ones who were ready to accept tasty food. Their behaviors are not strong yet like adults compared to older people who were still reluctant and attached to their habits. Then comes AD campaign. After getting the target audience, Nestle came up with Maggi's advertisements of "Mom, I'm hungry" and "Mom says, bus 2 minute" on TV acted as a huge trigger among the children and mothers. 2 minutes cooking added a huge selling factor. Mothers felt easy to cook in less time for their children to serve as snacks without much effort. Nestlé leveraged its existing distribution channels and made Maggi noodles available in all nearby stores. Company distributed free Maggi samples in schools to habituate the habit among children. Maggi created emotional connect among children in meeting their hunger and happiness in eating Maggi. After understanding the Indians' love towards masala, it even launched the different masala flavors to come close to the consumers. Maggiepreuners, a livelihood for many. Maggi has not only become household snack item, it has become a business and created Maggipreneurs who sell Maggi in different ways and make their livelihood. I think Nestlé might have not done that many experiments in inventing Maggi. Now we will get the Maggi in each and every corner of the country, right from the Kanyakumari to the highest heights of Himalayas. Happiness and memories. Maggi is the best noodle brand in India as it is loved by people of age groups. When I observed what makes Maggi to connect is happiness and memories, we get as many of us having a hot Maggi after school and late night Maggi, trying adding our own masalas as we don't get tasty food in hostels. The ease with which Maggi can be made is amazing with friends.